Hey traders, it's Sean at E-Mini School, and I'll do a recap on the picks we've been trading options on the blog. We'll first start with ISRG. Okay, so you can see how ISRG was coming down red in the correction. We had our first buy signal right here on this green bar. I didn't label it on the chart, but there was a trade from $4 up to $8 in this move right here. Okay, the second one we were looking at on the blog was the July 360 calls. On this day right here, the calls hit a low of $2.40. Okay, today they hit a high of $14.20. Okay, 490%. Okay, you can see how we are back to resistance here. Okay, we do have a higher target on ISRG of 390. Okay, 390 and then 420. So this high should be taken out. Okay, even though it's resistance in an uptrend. Okay, so going into the weekend, and I noted this on the blog yesterday, it would be good to scale out a portion of this trade. Okay, the options this day were 240 at the low, which obviously no one can get that price. The high was 470, I think. Okay, so anywhere in between there would be, a good entry price. Knowing that this is really our second entry. There was a trade here up to this point. Really, you could still be holding this first trade. Okay, so, and we were trading a different strike price here, so the 360 calls down here were probably 150. Okay, so that would be, even a bigger move up to here. So I would scale out some, but I would hold some, okay, looking for a higher target. Okay, CMG was another one. We had a buy signal here. Okay, this one was not on the blog. Okay, we pulled down into another buy signal which occurred here. Okay, by the time we posted it, it was on, I believe, this bar or this bar. Okay, so it was the July 300 calls. On this day right here, the low is 205. Okay, with a high of, I think, $6. So right in the middle, about 470 on the entry. Okay, today they hit a high of actually 1180. Okay, so from the 470 entry, it's 151%. From the 205 entry, it was 475. Okay, now that was the low of this day, but our actual long signal was back here 2 days earlier. Okay, so technically you could have got filled better than 205 if you have our course and you are following this stock and you see this occur. Okay, let's go to ISRG. Oh, actually, we were just looking at that one. Let's go to CMG. No, ISRG. Let's see. Okay, and then we're looking at Amazon. Okay, Amazon there were the July 205 calls. Okay, they were the July 205 calls. The entry was when it broke this structure high. Okay, because we missed this entry candle. Okay, so on a break here, the options were 190. So on our signal here, they were probably 80 cents. Okay, let's say $1. Okay, they hit a high today of 460. Okay, so a nice gain on that one. We played this one on this entry candle. This was the weekly option that was noted on the blog. This one day right here was 400% on the calls. Okay, so it was a weekly trade, okay, into the bigger trade right here. Okay, same thing. We're at resistance. This high should be taken out. Amazon could go up to 220. Okay, so, if you scale out some, hold some for the rest of the trade. Okay, now, even though we played this candle with a weekly call, technically you could have been in the normal calls here as well. It's the same signal. It's the same wave. Okay, you can see Amazon had nice daily blue bars at the low here, the high here. Okay, in the middle it caught this correction. So Amazon is still very bullish. So we would only want to be on the call side of that. Okay, another stock we noted to our members section was RIG when it was trading down here, looking for 66, 65, really just back to this prior resistance here. Okay, now we do have a target of 75 on RIG. Okay, but most likely what's going to happen is it would come up, okay, and come back down and really kind of go sideways here until it goes up to 75. So it's really, for the members that are watching this video, if you are in this, I would use today's low as a stop on those. Okay, on all the other ones we talked about, when you scale out some of your position, you want to move the stop on the rest to even. Okay, and get the emotion out of the trade. Let's just go through a couple other symbols. FCX. Okay, yellow bars, big move is coming. Okay, obviously that move has started to the upside. Okay, so FCX, the target is 65. Okay, short-term target is 56. Okay, let's look at FIV. FFIV, this was on the blog as well. I think on July 27th, which it was around 104, 105. Okay, if you traded this, you're up about $5. If you're in the call on this, I do think that we have a good chance of coming up into the 125s. Okay, but I would use today's low, or actually I would use yesterday's low as a stop on this, because it could come down and kind of chop around and go sideways for, a week or two. So if you did get in some calls, you're up on those, I would probably look to really kind of get out of FFIV and hold the other ones. Okay, the other one was DEC. Okay, noted the same day as FFIV, about 82, it's at 88. If there is some resistance on this candle right here, okay, but the fact that we didn't take out the low of yesterday today means DEC is strong right here. Okay, so I would use yesterday's low as a stop on DEC, okay? On the shares, on the calls, however you're trading it. Okay, ultimately I do think it goes higher, but it is going to get caught in some resistance right here. Okay, maybe pull down, give us another entry to the long side. Okay, let's just go over to Baidu. Nothing really happening. There is a long signal here. It's already up $10 from it, so nothing there as far as an entry. ICE is at resistance right here. Little corrective pattern up into resistance. Nothing going on with that. Let's go over to POT. POT looks strong. So does MON. Okay, so these highs should be broken. Okay, so I'll do another follow-up video. Tomorrow's Friday, so I wouldn't really be entering a lot of positions. I would really be managing Amazon, CMG, ISRG. I would be managing those tomorrow and not really entering anything new. Okay, see you guys tomorrow.